Amid the gentle glow of golden lights and the soft strains of music, the wedding hall brimmed with laughter and joy. Friends and family gathered, their hearts full, as the bride and groom stood side by side, exchanging vows that would bind them for a lifetime. She was radiant in her flowing white dress, her eyes sparkling with happiness, while he, dressed sharply in his black suit, wore a smile that seemed to have been waiting years to appear. In that moment, the entire room felt the magic of love realized, the culmination of hope, patience, and quiet devotion. As the ceremony drew to a close, the groom made his way to the stage, cradling a vast bouquet. 99 lush crimson roses, each bloom seemingly brighter than the last. The guests gasped in delight, their applause filling the air as they reached for their phones, eager to capture the sight. The bride, surprised and deeply moved, accepted the heavy bouquet with trembling hands and a whisper, "It's beautiful." She saw only a grand romantic gesture, another flourish in a day of celebration. But for the groom, it was far more than that. It was the fulfillment of a promise made in the quiet of night 5 years earlier. 5 years ago, they were simply two university students, each navigating the uncertainties of youth. She was cheerful and fearless, her laughter infectious, and her dreams boundless. He was quiet, the kind who felt more at ease expressing himself through small acts rather than grand declarations. Their relationship was built on gentle moments, a shared coffee, a walk under the stars, the comfort of silent companionship. One evening, after a long walk across the tranquil campus, he found the courage to speak his heart. The words trembled from his lips. "If one day I'm brave enough to truly hold your hand and walk beside you forever, I will give you 99 roses. That's my promise." She laughed at the idea, gently teasing him. 99? That's too many. By the time you collect them all, I might already be someone else's bride. Her tone was playful, but beneath her laughter, she sensed a quiet sincerity. He smiled, saying nothing more, but deep within, the promise took root. From that night onwards, he began his secret mission. Every month, no matter how busy or tired, he bought a single rose. Sometimes the flower came from the same little shop by the train station, where the owner would smile knowingly at him. Other times, he found it on a bustling street corner or from a vendor braving the winter chill. Each rose was carefully dried or preserved and placed in a box beneath his bed, a hidden testament to his growing love. Life for them was not always easy. Between rigorous studies, part-time jobs, and the mounting worries of adulthood, the days often felt long. Yet, he never missed a rose. With each one, a memory was tucked away. The rose after their first argument, when he feared she might walk away for good. The rose following a night she cried on his shoulder, revealing her anxieties about the future. The rose on her graduation day, as he imagined her in a wedding dress, hoping someday that vision would come true. He never spoke of the roses, nor did she ever discover his secret. To her, he was simply the steady boyfriend, always reliable, always present. To him, every rose was a silent vow, building towards the day he could finally reveal the depth of his devotion. 5 years passed. Time matured them, bringing new challenges and triumphs. They graduated, began careers, navigated responsibilities, and faced the everyday trials of life. Their love endured, weathering storms and basking in the sunshine of ordinary days. And then, at last, their wedding day arrived, a day that marked not only the beginning of their new life, but the end of a quiet 5-year journey. During the reception, laughter and congratulations surrounded the bride as she cradled the weighty bouquet. "It must have cost him a fortune," one friend whispered, marveling at the extravagant gift. The bride blushed, still believing it was simply another token of affection. But as the evening wore on, the groom's mother approached her, her eyes warm with pride and kindness. She leaned in, quietly sharing, "Keep that bouquet safe, dear. Inside, there's a letter he wrote 5 years ago." A sudden pulse of anticipation gripped the bride's heart. She hurriedly sifted through the delicate petals, her hands trembling with emotion. At last, nestled within the folds of the very first rose, she discovered a small faded piece of paper. Unfolding it, she found the groom's unmistakable handwriting, slightly uneven, the ink softened by time. Her eyes filled with tears as she read the words, "If someday I'm brave enough, strong enough, and worthy enough to walk with you for the rest of my life, I will give you 99 roses. Not 98, not 100, just 99, because my love is endless but still human. It grows, it struggles, it waits. These roses are my promise. And if you are reading this, it means I finally kept it. I love you, always." She pressed the letter to her chest, her tears falling silently onto the roses. Across the hall, the groom laughed with friends, unaware that she had discovered the secret he had carried for so long. In that moment, the bouquet transformed. It was no longer just a beautiful gift, but a living testament to 5 years of patience, loyalty, and unwavering love. Later, when the celebration had faded into quiet intimacy, she confronted him, the letter held tightly in her hand. Her voice shook with emotion. You started this 5 years ago?" He blushed, scratching his head, embarrassed by the depth of his own feelings. "I didn't want to tell you until the right moment." Tears streamed down her cheeks as she embraced him, whispering, "Do you know how much this means to me?" He smiled softly, finally letting go of the secret. "Now you know why I never splurged on expensive gifts. I was saving for these roses. Every one of them carries a memory of us." She kissed him, holding his face tenderly, her heart overflowing. This is the most beautiful promise anyone has ever kept. Their story soon spread beyond the walls of the wedding hall. Friends and family shared photos and memories, and strangers online echoed their admiration. "This is what true love looks like," some said. 5 years of waiting, and he kept his word. "I'm crying," said others. Yet, for the bride and groom, the world's attention faded into the background. The 99 roses were not for display. They were a private testament to a promise, a journey, and a love that had grown, quietly and faithfully, through every season. 99 roses, 99 memories, and a future unwritten. A lifetime of new promises, new moments, and a love that would continue to bloom, year after year,